Dobry day,
Renovation.
and welcome back to our little Bulgarian adventure.
It's been another warm, well, hot summer week.
Yeah, still not got back to the 40-degree plus temperatures, so we are getting out and managing to do little bits here and there in the garden or in the shade, mainly in the shade.
Yes. Temperatures are picking up a bit next week, but we've been in some days only in the high 20s.
I think one day. The rest were in the 30s.
They were, yeah, but you know.
And Bulgaria is
Sorry,
still
Cat.
Bulgaria is still very much in the grips of wildfires.
Oh yes, there was
especially
one.
southern.
There was one just down the road from us, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Well, I say just down the road.
Schumann Plateau had a fire last night.
Yes, all under control and all out,
But down in the southern part of Bulgaria, they've had
it's
some
a lot
horrendous
worse.
fires.
They're hotter and drier down there. It's not good.
Well, yeah. We hope everybody down there that we know is okay and
Oh,
well.
absolutely, and the people we don't know.
Yeah, the people we don't know.
Yes, so fingers crossed it doesn't affect anybody too badly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not good.
Not good. But with those temperatures, it does mean that we've not done a huge amount of stuff, well, certainly during the afternoons. It's just too hot.
Which was quite just as well because the cricket was on again.
Yeah. But it's over now till the Ashes in November, so nothing to worry about now.
So I managed to lose a whole week. For some reason I thought it was the 3rd of August today.
And
Not the 8th.
they thought I was a cricket fan. So,
No, I don't think it was the cricket.
she aggers and tuffers. She loves it. But yes, we did carry on though with, well, it's no longer being referred to as a porch renovation because that bit's done really, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's now a door and window renovation or refurbishment. I carried on with the work on those and this is what I've done this week. Well, we're into yet another week of this porch renovation, although the porch itself is probably pretty much done. It's the windows and the doors that need finishing off. Now, over the weekend I finished all the sanding of both doors and this window frame as best I could. What I've now got to do is look for any imperfections in the wood, any screw holes, that sort of thing, and just fill them before painting. There's a few stages in putting the windows together and the doors together, doing the reglazing, that sort of thing, but I'll run those through you as we do them. First things first though, get the filler into the holes. Well, I'm using the same filler as I used on the door frame when we did the door frame up on the porch, and you can see the little holes here. Some are screw holes, some might be woodworm, not entirely sure, but all you do is smooth it on, push it into the hole. Once it's dried, sand it off. It takes about 4 hours to dry, and then it's ready for painting. So I'll carry on doing this window frame and the door frames, and then let it dry and we'll move on to the next stage. So that's now all the little bits filled, all the holes I could find, all the big ones anyway. So just got to sand that down and then we're ready to paint. Well, that's the filling done, the sanding done. We've covered the holes, we've covered the cracks, we've made it look as good as we can. Now I've got to wash down the door so it's ready for painting. There's still got a bit of dust about, as you can probably see on my fingers, or maybe not. But yeah, once they're washed down and dried, we can put the first coat of paint on. Now, there are two sides obviously to these. There's the outside and the inside. The inside's a different colour to the outside. But on the outside we have this moulding which the glass sits up against. If I show you the other side, the glass sits into these slots and then the putty goes on this side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint this side without the glass so that I can get all these edges nice and tight without getting any paint on the glass. So I'm going to get the paint and start painting. Well, that's the first coat on the window frame. I've also done these bits on the doors, the inner bits, and then I ran out of paint, so we had to order up some more paint. That arrived yesterday. I went and collected it, so I'm now ready to paint the doors for their first coat, then do the second coat on here, then do the second coat on the doors. So today's a painting day, but when we come to the end of this side, we've got that side to do. So we now have the window frame and the two doors painted both sides. We've got the dark grey on the side that's facing outwards and the lighter grey on the side that's facing inwards. Before I put the cap flap back in, my next job is to put the glass back in. As I said before, the glass fits into these cavities and then will be putted in. Now the way they were held originally was there were tacks tacked in to hold the glass in place. I'm not confident enough that I can get the tacks in without breaking the glass. So I'm going to try a different system which involves silicone. So the plan is to put a bead of silicone just along this one surface here, put the glass in place, push it down and let that set up. That will effectively glue the glass in place before I put the putty on, and hopefully we'll do away with the need for the pins. And that's the first piece of glass in place. It's being held already by the silicone, so I'll let that set up and then I can putty around the top, making the nice angle all the way around to finish off the window. Well, there we now have all the glass in the right holes, siliconed in. It's set up now so they don't move at all, so I now have to put in the putty. Now, putty isn't the easiest stuff to find here. There's this stuff, it's called Maszyn za Prozorcy, which is mastic for windows, putty. You can get it in Praktika and other places, but that's the stuff you need to ask for if you're going to be doing any puttying. Right, so let's get myself some putty. And I'll then roll it into a ball. Warm it up. Apparently the warmer it is, the better it works, according to some of the YouTube people. Then you kind of roll it, I think, into kind of some sort of sausage, a bit like plasticine really, and then kind of work our way along, squidging it in. So you can tell I'm not an expert at this, but I think what I now do is just press it in, take off any surplus, then pick an angle and go along that angle like so. Remove the surplus, something like that, and we'll tidy up once we've finished. But that then gives us a line of putty. There's still a bit of cleaning up to do. Let's see, I don't want to take too much off. There we go. And I think it's also one of those things where if I'm not careful I could overwork it. there. I think that's not too bad, so I'll carry on, do the rest and see where we get to. Well, that's the first pane of glass putted in. It's difficult to get a good finish. I find myself overworking the putty to a degree, I think, and you get it kind of how you want it and then you mess it up again. So it's a learning curve. Probably by the time I finish doing the doors and the windows, I'll know what I'm doing. So I'm going to leave that there now. I'll finish the putting in the next couple of days. It's going to take, apparently it's 14 days before I can paint it, but I need to paint it within a month. Sounds a bit strange, but I'm going to follow the instructions. So once they're putted, we're going to leave these down here for the putty to harden off, for the paint to harden off before we move them back up to the house. But we'll show you that in another week, and we'll also show you the finished porch once we've got the lights and bits and pieces. But it's a nice little area for us to sit in, so that's working out nicely. But yeah, we'll leave that there for now and pick it up again next week. Yeah, so we're probably going to leave the door and windows, or doors and window, down in the barn for a couple of weeks just to harden up properly. Put them back together just in time for our 250th episode.
It will be.
250.
Well done to any of you who managed to watch all 250.
What are you like, eh?
We're impressed.
So with that in mind, if there's anything you want to see, anything you want to ask, anything of interest to you, let us know. If we can do it,
we'll put it in.
We'll probably put it in. Yeah.
Yes.
Speaking of being asked for stuff and putting it in, we were asked for some animal footage. Well, here goes. We had a request to put some more footage of the animals in, and we put the dogs in the other week when Cassidy went in to visit them. Well, this is the cat footage. I'm only going to put a little bit in, but I've filmed about 5 hours so far. Engelbert's rolled over once and the other two haven't moved at all. So there's not a lot to show you, but that's just a quick catch up on what our cats are getting up to in the hot weather.
We have actually still been acclimatising Cassie down the kennels.
Yes, we've entered the latest stage, which is leaving her in there on her own with the dogs.
Yeah, without Adam being present.
And
we've only done that once.
Twice now.
Oh, twice.
Yeah.
Twice now.
Give her 5 to 10 minutes on her own in there to see how she gets on. And so far,
so good.
Yes, she makes a bit of a game of me trying to get her out of the kennels. Now we don't know, not the kennels, the compound. We don't know if that's for my benefit, her benefit, or the other dog's benefit.
Yeah, we can't quite work that out because she is always quite happy to come out there.
She'll come out quite happy
once she's out.
But she plays about while I try and get hold of her.
Yeah, she makes out that she doesn't want to come out.
Yeah,
but we don't think that's a.
We don't know.
True picture, really.
But she seems to be having fun in there. So.
Yeah. And the other dogs seem to be settling in with her now.
I think so, yeah.
Which is good. Yeah. They're not quite so.
No, they're not so.
Wary of her.
Who are you? What are you doing in our compound? So yeah, that's all going quite well. Something else we're looking to do next week will be our first overnight camping stay.
Yes, we're going to have some time away.
It's just a trial run.
Can still remember how to put the tent up.
And make sure that we haven't forgotten anything important.
It's so long since we've been camping.
Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it? So yes, we'll basically go along, do the full camping experience to make sure that we can still do it, and that we've got everything that we need. We'll bring you news of that next week.
Yes, before we go further afield.
Yes, it's going to be very close to home.
Yeah.
But not as close as we first planned.
No, that's the woodlands there's nowhere flat enough, you know.
No.
Hammock camping.
We could do that, but that's a different video entirely. Yeah, so I think we're probably getting close to being up to date.
Yeah, I think that's about it.
Nothing else you can think of?
Nope.
Nothing else I can think of. So, until next week, it's time for us to say...
Stay safe.
Be well.
Doskoro.
Doskoro.